Today's social media segment is brought to you by South Louisiana Bank. It's better when we bank together. Waits and Downer, attorneys at law. Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
Hello and welcome back to this edition of Bayou Time. Again, your host, Keith Whiteside, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And you know me as a social worker, I just love finding out about people who go out of their way to think about taking care of others in a unique and special way. This is certainly one of those times. Welcome to the program, Ms. Casey Kilpatrick-Baird. Is that right?
Yes, thank
Welcome
you.
Welcome to the program. We appreciate it. Sitting next to her, somebody she's most proud of, her dad, Mr. Robert Kilpatrick. Thank you for being here today, sir.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So, Casey, tell me about this idea and why it's so important and how that's connected to your dad.
Well, over 11 years ago, May the 19th of 2013, 2 kids were rescued into protective custody of foster care in Webster Parish with just the clothes off their back. They eventually, after 1,264 days, illegally became my children.
Wow.
But when they were rescued, there was a meth pipe in a Winn-Dixie bag, and there's no way the DCFS worker or state troopers and DEA agents that rescued them would have ever allowed that to come into my home. But that just shows you how intimately, closely associated those types of things are to children whenever their biological people are in that crisis.
Right.
And to be honest, if they can do better, they would do better.
But sometimes they can't.
But sometimes they can't, and they're not capable. And my dad is very instrumental in my life. I actually busted him out of the VA home in North Louisiana to take him down to see all of his friends in Houma. But he was born and raised in Houma.
Right.
And my grandparents also lived and worked in Houma, Louisiana. My grandmother was the church secretary of First Baptist.
Okay.
And then my grandfather worked for Pennzoil
Wow.
So I'm
he walked
from
with several
very
of my uncles.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm from very practical people and very what are you going to do about this, Casey, people? And to make a very long story short is because of that and because I'm a little scrappy, I think I get it from my daddy.
Right.
I started telling people about how children are rescued this way in an emergency placement.
And they're rescued very often with literally nothing.
And so it came from the back of my car from a labor of love. And right now we're statewide from that scrappiness of telling people about it, that South Louisiana, get your go bag, Casey, get a plan. And now we've served over 16,000 children in the entire state with our 2 distributing partners, DCFS and the state troopers. And the state troopers were on here. And one of my dad's good friends, Doug Keller, called y'all up and said, hey, I know that girl. I know her daddy. And so this is how we're here today.
Wow. So show the bags if you don't mind, because I think it's really important. You can see that right in front of us. These are Go bags. And Casey has come up with the idea of Go for Kids bags. And so I want to share more information with you about that. So Dwayne, put that one up there. The Go for Kids. These are some of the kids that you're going to be helping. And so kind of flash through this if you don't mind, Dwayne. I appreciate that. So very often we need to help to support these kids in transition and really try and help them. It's a really important deal. This is what the bags look like. And they've done 16,000. It takes about $150 to make a bag. So $2.5 million.
Impact directly to the most vulnerable children in our state.
And so in there, it kind of talks about what's in the bag. Tell us a little bit about what you try to provide in these bags.
Well, it's all the things that my daddy taught me about being aware of your surroundings, making a plan. It's like what a lot of people would kind of think of a hurricane bag or just an emergency bag.
Wow.
A bug out bag is a pillow, blanket, backpack, toiletries, a note of encouragement, change of clothes, comfort items, water, snack, because, things in life just hit us the way they do.
Well, and knowing this situation like I do, Casey, I want to tell you how special this is, because these kids who don't really have anything, in a weekend, they may be at some emergency place or emergency home, and then on Monday somewhere else.
Right.
A family member may step up. The court may make a decision about where they need to be or what they need to do. But they've got this bag.
Right. It's something of their own
stuff.
Yes.
Right? It's just mine in a world where maybe they don't have anything at all. And so it literally is go time. And Casey is making a difference across the states, right?
That is exactly what we're doing with our community partners.
What a great shot.
That's all DCFS in every region. When they say that's my travel and road show, we go to all the DCFS and drop off the bags, and for the state troopers, which is, I'm sure that's the other shot.
Okay.
So they will not get me out of a ticket.
There's the troops. Nope. It's not a get out of a ticket card.
It's not but they do appreciate being able to have those resources that help.
Yeah. And there's all of our friends here at Troop C that we're so proud of, and the job that they do in protecting our community. And you get to partner with them
Absolutely.
in a very special way.
And that's a simple way. If people want to do a snack pack with a note that's really cost effective, really great for church groups or civic groups where they know they can directly impact a child in that kind of meaningful way. I do want to just let my dad talk for a second, if I can, just because.
We got less than a minute. Go ahead.
Less than a minute.
Well, I'm proud of you, Tiger, for
Thank
doing
you.
this.
Wow.
And I call her Tiger because, you know, I'm from here.
Yes, sir. Born and raised in Houma.
Right. I was raised up on Duval Street.
Very familiar with
The
it.
West Park,
Okay.
Houma Central,
Yes, sir.
Terrebonne High School. I was here when L.P. Bourdelaw came and taught me in the 7th grade.
And
And
he's
later I found out he became some big
he was
shot
very
in the,
important in our
school
education.
system.
Yes,
So
sir. You're
father-
proud of her.
I am. My father pumped wells at Bayou Large and Dulac.
Yep. So I am glad that you're here. Thank you for what you're doing. How can people reach you very quickly?
They can go on our website.
Right. Go for Kids.
Go for Kids.
Go for Kids.
Go
I like
for Kids. And then call me directly
All right.
from Simple Scrappy Houma people.
Well, thank you for being here, Ms. Roberts. Thank you for making such an impact in her life that she's impacting so many. We're thankful. We're thankful.
you.
Thank y'all for being here. All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment. Don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on Bayou Time. Bye.